Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 84, I think it is. Today we are going to finish off our weekend league journey, and that's going to lead to a couple of things happening. You know, all sorts can go on in a Road to Glory episode. If you do enjoy, hit me with a thumbs up. It'd be great to hit 2,500 likes on this episode. So yeah, show your support on the video. That'd be great. I thank you for that. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Click the notification bell to become part of the notification squad. And leave a comment if you are in the notification squad, because I like to reply to you guys. Anyway, we are 10-3, so we went 0-1, and then up to 7-1, and then we went to 7-3. We had a little bit of a bottle in the middle there, and then after 7-3, we just, you know, skyrocketed it up to 10. So we go into this match here. So this is when I'm playing on Sunday. I haven't actually left any games for Sunday for quite a few weeks, so I was hoping that people's form, you know, people would have worked their way up the boards and I'd get some nice easy gameplay. And I will tell you right now that this opponent that I am up against wasn't that great. Really wasn't that great. Yet, the gameplay on the Sunday that I was playing on was absolutely awful. It always sounds like an excuse, but it was just not great. Everyone seemed to complain. And I found it tough. Like, you know, when you're trying to shoot and you're trying to pass and you're trying to like trigger runs for players and it just doesn't work, it's honestly the most frustrating thing, as I'm sure you're aware. And at the start of the second half, I actually managed to get a couple of opportunities and score them to bring this game back to 2-2, and I'm like, I've got this guy, I've so got this guy. And then he ended up scoring that. Somehow that back pass, or like he turned and passed it rather than my keeper grabbing it. Frustrating. But then at this point, I'd obviously gone all out attack to try and get at least the equaliser, and that often leads to you either get the equaliser or your opponent scores again, and that's fine. Like, I might as well lose 4-2 if I was going to lose 3-2, but go out fighting and trying to get that goal. So I'd say I dominated that match, but my opponent comes away with a 4-2 victory, and I feel hard done by. So when we go into the next match, this guy's got a nice team. He's got Politano, David Villa, Mane, and Son as like that attacking front four, and then Screen Dele Alli and Musa Sissoko as the two DMs. Like that's a strong old lineup. Lots of good players in there. And I reckon at some point we could probably get ourselves Politano just for the subs bench or something. Because if I put a squad together, you know how people do it where they try and get it done in like 6 matches. If I just wait for the right time, if another milestone comes out or the next set of icon swaps in the next month or whatever, then I reckon I could go straight in with my team of Italian league goalkeepers. And because people need to get a win, they would let me score 14 goals in a game in order to, if I promise them that I'll give them the win. I'm sure that they would let me do that. And if that's the case, then we could probably walk away with Politano really easily. We just got to time it right. Because he is a player that I would quite like to get. Anyway, do we win that match? Yeah, we do. We go up to 11 wins there. So we are 11-4 right now, which is fairly respectable. I've been better, I've been worse. It is just somewhere in the middle there. And we come up against a not so great looking squad. A pretty meh team for the level that we're at right now. And like, the weekend league often throws you all sorts of icons and everything. So yeah, I was quite surprised that he had like a regular Firmino or whoever else he had, like regular Lacazette. You don't see that so much anymore. But anyway, I give a penalty away, but I save it. And then I go 1-0 up. And I'm like, yes, we've turned the game around. He could have gone 1-0 up. It's all good. But we've managed to score. Even though it was delayed and the shot actually took place like 4 years after I pressed it. And then I concede that. And I'm just like, what? What have I just seen? A complete and utter bundle to go in the back of the net. And would you believe that this is what I lose to? Oh dear Lord. That is... that's quite something, the 2 goals that my opponent scored in that game. Yeah, like, that was how I lost. Weird one, but we move on. That one kind of sent me over a little bit. I was very, very, very wound up and stressed at that point. But again, You restart the internet, you restart your console, hoping that maybe that fixes the server issues. Maybe it doesn't because it's dedicated servers, but you sort of do it just in case. So I did that, had a little bit of a breather because obviously we just lost a couple of games today against people that I didn't think I should have lost against. And then we go into the next match. And this match right off the get-go, I could just tell that if this game went all the way to 90 minutes, I think I would have won like 20-0. I don't know what it was, but either my opponent was just really rash at challenging, or I could actually scoop turn, or whatever it was. But look, everything was going my way. Everything fell to me, and he decides to get out of there after 5 minutes. And I don't blame him, to be honest. But yeah, we come away with a super fast 2-0 victory, and that kind of makes up for the game that we just lost, which I felt I shouldn't have lost. So time not really wasted there, which is nice. So that's our 12th win. Just 2 to go now. And we are 12 and 5. Yeah, I guess 12 and 5. We come up against Garrincha, Neymar, David Villa, Pogba. Like a really nice squad. Baby Rio. Baby Rio is someone which I didn't think as many people would do. By the way, we're obviously going to score this with Mahrez, aren't we? Because he's so composed. I thought they fixed finishing, fixed shooting. What is going on? How do I end up missing that one? Awful. Awful from me, I guess. But yeah, Garrincha scores, and this guy was just having like loads of possession against me, and I wasn't in it. My head had kind of gone a little bit, so that was the one match this week that I actually quit, which is, yeah, unfortunate, because I thought I was going to get through the whole weekend league without quitting at all. But I thought, you know what, we just need to move on. He's just holding the ball here, and I can't create anything at that point. This guy's got Drogba, baby Drogba, I think it was. So maybe he got that out of the Icon pack. That'd be cool. And he's someone which I'm actually quite interested in maybe trying. Because although he probably turns like a truck and has really poor dribbling, every time I come up against him, he scores. And I wonder if like there's something to that. I wonder if he's got the icon factor. So I don't think he'll be the next icon I purchase, but I do think that he'll be like someone that I try at some point in time. I would like say I did the baby icon pack. I'd be buzzing if we got a Drogba. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I think it'd be great. But we turned the game around really quickly, and I think with some of the dribbling and some of the, like I made his defenders lunge out a couple of times, and then I turned back quickly. I think that probably wound this guy up a little bit too much. So at 2-1, he decides to rage quit, and I'm like, cool, we'll move on. That's our 13th win. That was nice and easy, really. It could have been a lot more stressful considering I was 1-0 down. But we come up against our first player moments card. We come up against Morales, of course, and a mid-Shevchenko. So, didn't really know what to expect. 2 players which I don't ever come up against. And, like, I could tell in this match that we were going to be better than our opponent. I finally scored. 23 minutes on the clock, and I'd had quite a few opportunities, but I absolutely thunderbolt that one home from Neymar. I just hit it green, and obviously that just... It gave me enough to push that one past the goalkeeper. I nearly scored a header from the edge of the box with Pirlo. Imagine I did that. That would be one of the rarer things to happen on FIFA. But we get through with Mahrez here. Absolutely rifle that one home as well. 2-0 on the 45th minute. And things are looking good. You know, I've pretty much dominated this match. There's been a couple of opportunities for my opponent, but things were pretty much going my way, and I nearly make it 3-0 there. Hit the outside of the post with Mahrez, but it was his weak foot, so you can sort of let him off on that one. And then we knock it in from the wide from David Villa, who's come on as a super sub, ends up going into Neymar, and I just tapped that one home to make it 3-0. And at that point, I knew like gold 3 secured. Even if he gets 1 goal back, then we're just chilling. You know, we'll chill with the ball. And then if he gets a 2nd goal back, then we just hold the ball and we go super defensive. And he does get 1 goal back. Mertens knocks it into Shevchenko. And I don't know, I don't understand how or why he hits that one with the left foot. It's a weird one from FIFA there to make him hit that with the left foot. Either way, he ends up getting the goal, and it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect anything. We come away with our 14th win in the weekend league, and that is, of course, where we are going to stop for this one. Gold 3, 14 and 6, I think it was. And we'll, of course, we'll see that in a moment where exactly we did end up. But yeah, 10 games remaining. So if you add 14 and 10, you get 24, and then that's how many. If you've 30 minus 24, you get your losses. So that's how you can work that one out. So we went 14 and 6, which again is better than last week. I think we went 14 and 7 or 14 and 8 or something like that. 14 and 9. I can't remember. Either way, the last couple of weeks have been tragic. This week I would say is still not great, but 14 and 6, I'll take it. It's fine. And we get up to win 10 on the Black Friday stuff. I will obviously I'll complete that this week, either by playing rivals or just going into friendlies with a mate and getting that done quickly, because there's a couple of mega packs up for grabs, and I do obviously want to get them in my club. So from this pack, it's an objective pack. We're not going to get anything. I told you, I don't get anything from objective packs. What are you thinking? Thinking that I was going to get something good from that one? Obviously not. Ruben Neves is what we get from that one, and an untradeable duplicate Gervinho. So see you later, mate. You will be missed. So that's the squad that got me through this weekend league. Pirlo was fun. We're gonna offload him now, though. No hate towards him, not raging or anything like that. But I noticed that we bought him for $6.90, and the next cheapest one on the market was $7.90. So I don't know if I got a really good deal on him at the time, or whether the Icon market had just sort of worked its way up a little bit, but I spotted an opportunity to actually make profit. I liked him more at the start. The first few games we used him, like the latter stages of the weekend league up against some of the tougher, more difficult opponents, I didn't find him to be as good. So there's a couple of options, when it comes to him. He sells for 760k. So actually, after tax, we ended up making like 35k, which is pretty much the losses that we took on Kaká. So we've evened that out a bit as well, which is good. So we're back up to 857,000. And of course, we still have a Heung-min Son in the club. So there are a couple of things that we could do. The first one would be this. I noticed that because I got Brazilians and then Prem, I could bring Guardiola back down to DM. And then I could put that Roberto Firmino into the centre forward spot, the one which is like a member of Club 80 or whatever, who looks pretty good, I'm not going to lie. People seem to rate him pretty highly. So we could do that. Or we could do this, which is to leave Pep where he is and to bring in an Icon. Any Icon, centre mid, CDM, whatever, could fit in that spot right there. But the one that I've got my eye on is Clarence Seedorf. So for the next episode, I have done one of those two things. Now, you'll find out tomorrow which one it is I've done, which player it is that I've bought, and we'll go on with the team like that. That'll be the next one we try. I got that little bit of sense of, something could happen here when I sold Pirlo for good money and made a bit of profit there. There's quite a lot of money to be made in Icons sometimes. Sometimes I do it wrongly and buy them at their normal price and then sell them for a little bit less and we lose our tax or whatever. But I wonder if I maybe do it correctly, whether or not that could be a way for us to make a little bit of coinage every week. So we might flip Icons here and there quite often. One, it's quite good money if it works out right. Two, you know that I like to try out the Icons, so it gives us a way to test someone out, even if it's for like 1 or 2 games. And we're like, yeah, obviously I don't like you. You can go back on the market at night time where you're probably going to sell for a bit more, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm quite interested in doing that. So you might continue to see a huge turnover of Icons or players that could make me bank, which would be pretty fun, because at least it would change the team up every now and again. For now, I'm pretty set on Neymar in the squad is like a given at this point because he links to Roberto Carlos, and that's like necessary because he's untradeable. Paulinho is untradeable, gets the link to Roberto Carlos. So I like that triangle on the left-hand side. That's great. Pep is there. I don't know for how much longer Pep will be there, but I kind of need him for chemistry at this point. So he's there until I can probably get another Icon over Icon swaps or something next month. Lenglet, PK, ter Stegen. PK I can take or leave at this point, and I could just replace him with Eder Militao. So the defense is kind of sorted. We need Walker because I like Mahrez and I want to keep Mahrez, or we need Walker, but we could get Cancelo should we want to do that. loving Son after this weekend league. I thought he had a good old run in the weekend league. Scored a lot of goals, got a lot of assists. Seemed very dangerous. So I'm liking the fact that I've got my front three of Mahrez, Son and Neymar. Like that to me works a treat. So really, there is kind of just that one spot that we can keep flipping and trying different players in, and that is for either it's either for a CDM type CM player if we kept with the 4-1-2-1-2, or it is for another cam type player if we were to play the 4-2-3-1, or for the 4-4-2 it could potentially be either a wide player or a striker. Like, if we could play 4-4-2 with Mahrez and Son on the left mid, right mid, if I, for instance, found a cheap deal for like a Drogba or something and decided I wanted to play him at striker alongside Neymar. I don't have the funds for that, and that's not what we're going to be doing next, but it is another option. That could happen like over the next couple of weeks, no doubt about it. So yeah, I'm actually I quite like that we've got that like one spot available at the moment. If the only way that certain players would get sold, like Son or something, was if they hit a huge spike in price, that it was just smart to sell them at the time. Other than that, I'm quite invested in Son. He seems like a very good player. And again, the only other reason you'd sell him is if like say a really cheap Kenny Dalglish came up and I've got coins, and if I just sell Son now, I could get that Kenny. Like, that would be the only other thing that would happen in order to make way for a different icon. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of the episode today. 14-6 in the weekend league. We've used Pirlo, we've sold him, we've made profit on him, which is great. Hit me with a thumbs up on the episode, that would be awesome. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below, so check me out there. And make sure that you guys all have a wonderful day out there. I don't want to hear that you've had a bad day. Have a great day. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.